Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. So, we have an intriguing puzzle today by a channel debutant, Andy Peterson. He thanks us for the excellent community again, but which is really down to you guys. Anyway, he sent us an intriguing variant puzzle. We'll get to that in a moment. I do want to thank Alfonso Molina, Dale Rudrum and Brian Almeida for completing the very tricky Tracking the Triptych puzzle hunt, Scott Strosal's amazing combination Sudoku that we published on the 14th. Well done to you guys. That has been superseded by a couple more posts on Patreon. The Tantan Die video talking through the average arrows solution of Glum Hippo's puzzle. It's just fascinating to watch. Less fascinating, but with more schadenfreude, you could watch my struggles with a Matt Gaffney meta crossword the other day. And then finally, there is, of course, all of the older stuff on Patreon, the Modern Art Sudoku pack, the previous hunts, Groundhog Day at the beginning of this month. Anyway, lots of stuff there. There's always our apps for more content as well. They're in the links under the description field, as is this puzzle. So this combines a thermo with some sandwiches. We used to call that picnic Sudoku, and indeed, this is called Lunch with 5 Odd Friends. There are two more rules. One is that the central box is a magic square. Green somehow has become the traditional colour for that. I don't know why. Actually, that's not going to play well with my normal sandwich markings, but anyway, not to worry. The other is that 5s never have even neighbours. So if there's a 5 here, there can't be an even number in any of these cells. And that even applies considering the grid as a torus. So a 5 here can't have even neighbours there or there. So if you look through the ends of the grid, that rule applies. So interesting. Let's see how this goes. I have no idea what the solve's going to be like. You will get some idea from the length of the video. I don't know that. I'm going to try now. Let's get cracking. Bam. I know that magic squares have a 5 in the middle. Now these 3 rows and columns all have to add up to 15. So do the diagonals. And I could either use my knowledge of magic squares or the new rule to say that the 5 has to have odd neighbours. So we can put 1, 3, 7 and 9 there. Now that's interesting. We get 2, 4, 6, 8 on the corners of the box. That is just normal magic square. But this thermo is telling us that that is 2 or 4. This one is 6 or 8, which is being told to us by both the thermo and magic square rules. We get a bigger number than 6 out the end here, 7, 8 or 9. This can't be 2 because there's 2 numbers before it on the thermo. So that's relatively elementary. Now we can add up this diagonal to make 15. So we get a 6 there, which doesn't change that number at all. I can fill in the last candidates on the thermo. Now these are a 2, 8 pair. Now my magic squaring is a bit deficient. A lot of people know exactly, right, yeah, this 6 and 8, we need either a 1 or a 7 here. Same is true here to make up the row and column to 15. So that deals with the 1, 7 pair. We have the 3, 9 pair there. I don't believe I can immediately disambiguate the rest, but I do know I don't have 1 and 9 here because of this 27 sandwich clue. So that is pretty straightforward. 7, 3, 1, 9. The magic square is all done. And there we go. So if we'd had a sandwich clue here, it would have been 5. The 1s, 9s we get actually do not help with any of the given sandwich clues. But we have a 27 clue here, which means 27 is the total of the sandwich. That must include the 8, 3 and 4. Plus 1 and 9 is 37. The cells outside the whole sandwich and its crusts add up to 8. And And they can't be a single 8 anymore. So there must be 2 cells outside. So we're looking at, and indeed they must be 2 and 6. So we know that 5 and 7 are in the sandwich. 1 and 9 are then the crusts, and 2 and 6 are outside. But I don't think that enables me to pencil mark anything yet, which is frustrating. Let's have a look at this one. If the 1 was there, I can tell that this isn't a 1, I think. Right, if the 1 was here, in an exactly similar fashion, the outies in this have to add up to 8. Now, they could be a single 8, or they could be 2 and 6. We've used 3 already, so they can't be, and 5, so they can't be 3 and 5. Now, if they were 2 and, if this was a 1, that would be a crust. We'd have the 9 up here. These would have to be 2 and 6, but that would clash. Oh no, it wouldn't necessarily clash. In fact, that 2 has resolved this cell as a 3. And they definitely wouldn't clash, so that certainly can be a 1. My initial appreciation of that was quite wrong. Right, the 3 being there, let's use that here. The outies this time are 5, and now they can't be 3 and 2. The 1 can't possibly be here for this 30 sum, so 1 and 9 are either there and there, or there and there with a single 5 outside them. So these external digits have to either be 5, 1 or 9. Right, now, how did that affect this 27 down clue? 7532, so we've got 1 or 9 in one of these cells. Now we've used 2 as well as 3 in the column. So again, there's only a single outie, which is 8. And the external cells, therefore, must be from 1, 8, or 9. Where else can I get something done? Not many places. So we've got to start. Maybe I'm just not thinking about this 5 odd neighbour thing. Maybe that can be of some use. 5 always has odd neighbours, like it does in the centre here. I don't know how that combines with anything I've done so far. This one has to be in the sandwich. So it's either 4 or 6. I suppose the fact that 5 can't have even neighbours means 5 can't be in one of those cells. Or, well, we knew it couldn't be there. I don't know. It's very hard to know how to use that information at the moment at all. In this row, 5, in the row itself, 5 will always have 1 and 9 as its neighbours, because it's on the outside. It's sort of sandwiched between them if you consider the thing as a torus. Of course, sorry. 23 will not work if this is 1 or 9. This is an absolutely huge and important deduction. You probably made it ages ago, and I should have. Partly because I'm not doing my green normal colouring. But anyway, this can't be 1 or 9, because however far away you put 1 or 9 with the other in the centre, you cannot add 3 digits that don't include 9 to get 23. So that is the 8. This is the 1 or 9. Ah, yeah, I'm seeing it now. Right, that's 4 or 6 as well. Now, this row has 4 as the clue. Therefore, that must be a single 4. You can't make up 1 and 3 because 1 is one of the numbers in the crusts. So 4 must be in one of those 2 cells with 1 or 9 flanking it. But the key thing about that is this can't be a 4 anymore. I don't know whether it's in row 2, column 4 or 6, but I do know that it can't also be there in the box. So that fixes this as a 6. Now, the 5 thing's interesting. The 5 must be, oh, that's not a 4, sorry, because I've got a 4 down there. So there we go, 4 there, 1 or 9 there. Yes, 5 can't be in these places, or even in these, because it would be having lunch with an even digit. So 5 has to be there. So that rule has come into play quite hard. And similarly down here, now that 5 can't be in those cells or that one, it also can't be having lunch with 2 or 4 there. So it's there. That's okay here. So I am going to start at least odd shading outside. Well, in fact, I've done the magic square. Okay, let's just go crazy and shade all my odd digits orange, including 1s and 9s and those 159 cells. Even digits can be blue. That is my standard. Oh, hang on. 3 is not even. Right, so there we go. This is the shading. 5 is always having lunch with odd digits, isn't it? Yeah. So that's used up all the orange in box 2. So that one's blue and is therefore the number 2. In column 4, we need another orange to make up the numbers. That puts 2 more blues down here, which must be 6 and 8. 1 and 7 up here. That means this is the 9. And actually, with the parity shading in place, this whole puzzle is getting much easier than I had expected. So I can sort out the 7 and 9 there, because I know that 1 and 9 must be somewhere out here. 7, 2, 3. Right, so these 5s are actually unbelievably helpful to a degree that I had not expected. Right, 7 and 3 are in there. 1, 5 and 9 must be in the end. So these two are even. Now, maybe I should be using the sandwich clues to slightly better effect. There is a crust here now. That couldn't... Oh yeah, 12. Okay, 12's a fairly median total. I can't actually resolve everything around that. What about this 23 up here? 3 and 8, they have to be in it. Now, if this was a 1, we'd have 9 here. These would add up to 12. They would be 7 and 5. That would actually work quite well for the 5, especially if it was in row 1, column 3. Maybe the opposite case is worth considering. If that was a 7, we'd have 7, 8, 3 in the sandwich. We'd need another 5, but that could go, well, again, either place. Perfectly fine. Okay, that hasn't resolved anything. 15, and we've got the 1 in. Right, this isn't a 9, we know that. The 9 isn't here because of that 9. So 9 is going to have to be here. These 3 add up to 15. Well, I don't know about how that's done, but I do know with a 9 there and a 27 clue here, these must be the outies. They're 2 and 6. They're both even. So this is not a 5. And indeed, this is not... Oh, well, no, that means 5 on the end is over here. Yeah, that's fine. This is the other outie. This is 1 or 9. Sorry, the other crust in the row. This is now an even cell, just by the count. 1 is at the end here. These ones are even. The 5 has to have another odd neighbour. Now, there's a 5 there and a 5 here. The 5 in this box can't have an even neighbour, so it's not in those cells. So I can fill in this as a 5 and these as odd because they're neighbours of the 5. That's given me all the odds in the box, and I can put those in as even. So down in this bottom row, 5, 3, 4, I suppose, and that could be the other end of the 1, 9 sandwich. On this other side, 8, 4 or 6, 4, 2. Okay, I'm not done there. Oh, look, 9. Sorry, I didn't remember to fill in what this other end was. Doesn't really help because I don't know the identities of these 1 and 9 yet either. Now, I have put... Sorry, I've put too many even digits in this row because I got confused by the colouring. So those are actually odd. Or did I? Yes, that 2, 6 was, yeah, that was determined by the 27 clue. So that's right, that's 5 and 7. Right, this one can't be 5 because it's got an even neighbour. Yes. So 7, 5, 5 has to have odd neighbours. There we go, that's better. One of these is a 5. This is a 3 because it's odd and it sees all the other odd numbers. Now, this 16 clue. Right, yes, we have one sandwich end there. So 5 and 3. Yes, this cannot be the other end of the sandwich because it sees 1 and 9. So the other end of the sandwich has to be here. This has to be an 8 to make up the numbers. That is blue. This is orange. This can still be 5. Don't have a sandwich clue there. Wow, okay. That's that. If you use the down, oh, this still has to add up to 15. And the top and bottom rows, I still have to do the sandwiching on. So, this now can't be a crust of a sandwich. So I think that means this isn't 5. Hang on a second. 1 there would allow 9 here. That could not have been the crust of a sandwich anyway, because the other crust would have had to be here. So that's nonsense. So this is part of the sandwich sum. 8, 11. So I still don't know whether that's a 1 or 9 or whether they are here and here. Is that possible? I just don't know. It's a good puzzle actually. Right, these add up to 15. Can I do that? If that's 8, these could be, well, they couldn't be 2 and 5, so they'd have to be 4 and 3. Now, the reason they couldn't be 2 and 5 is the 5 would be here next to an even digit. It hasn't helped me that colouring these cells blue has left them this sort of teal colour. Anyway, if that's a 7, these add up to 8. Can they be 3, 5? No, for the same reason. And they can't be 2, 6 because neither cell could go there. Gosh, that's neat. So this is 8, 3, 4. So let's do our colouring. Try and not get it wrong. Orange there, yes. So this is a 2, 6 pair, which we can fill in the evens. 7 there, 5 here. That fixes the 5s, and now I'm going to be able to do a lot of colouring because 5 always has odd neighbours for lunch. There we go. Okay, so if that was a 1, 8, 11, 16, this would be a 7, and that would be 9. But if this is a 7, then that's 1 or 9, and that's 1 or 9. And both of those are still possible up there. Okay, down here. 5, 7 could be the sandwich, but that would need a 9 here, and that's suddenly become even. So the sandwich goes the other side. This can't be 1 or 9 because it's already got them in the column. So this is 9. These 3 add up. In fact, that makes these even. And they add up to 12, so it's 6, 4, and 2. So that resolves this 6, 8 pair. That sandwich clue has been answered. That becomes an 8 with a 3 here. This is 1. In fact, well, I was going to say 1 or 9, but it sees a 9. So 9 there, 4 there. Now I think we are on track to finish off. 6, 7 and 3 to go in here. That is 3 or 7. This one I can colour. That has to be 9 by ordinary Sudoku. That makes this 4. We've got 2 6 pair to go in. This has become 9. I'm not sure I've still resolved row 1. Let's just keep doing other things until that becomes clear. 6 or 7 there. We've got a 1 5 pair in row 4 that can be filled in. 7 and 8 there. 5 7 4 1 8. Right, now I finally know that this cannot be a 1 or a 9 because I've placed them both in column 1. So this is 1 or 9. This is the 7. Let me just check the maths again. Yes, to make up the sum. And this is 1, therefore. This is 9. Wow, that's very clever the way it's unwound finally there. This is 3 or 6. Haven't resolved that. I've answered all the clues. So I think the rest is... Oh, well, no. Let's remember the odd colouring of 5 and its neighbours. That's actually going to help yet again here. So this cell sees all the other odd numbers and is a 3. That's become a 1 by Sudoku. Yes, I can fill in the rest of the row. 2, 6 and 7. 7 must be here. Got 2 6 pair that I will resolve there. I have no doubt. That's also 2 or 6 because it can't be 4. The 4 is here. That 4 fixes 2 and 4 at the bottom of the grid. That we've got a 2 6 pair. Oh, the 7 has resolved this. That fixes the 2 6 pair here. That fixes 2 and 8. We've got 3 and 6 to put in. That's a nice puzzle. I've enjoyed that. That's been an unusual group of rules working with each other. So let us colour the evens for you. Let's hope I haven't made any mistakes on the colouring. It looks like I've got 4 blues or teals in each box. And then these last ones are even, are odd orange. There we go. Super puzzle. Thank you very much, Andy, for sending that. That was interesting. Not too difficult as well. 23 minutes, that's the sort of thing. And I hope you did have a go there for it and enjoyed that. That was fun. Hope to see you again on the channel tomorrow. And as it is, bye for now.